Hello, welcome to my channel, Wing Spiritual Clarity. My name is Wendy Wing. I'm doing a reading for the collective. Welcome, collective. So, since I am doing readings for the collective, I'm not tuning into one person's specific energies. I'm tuning into a general energy. So, take what resonates and leave the rest. If you'd like a reading where I tune into your specific energies, there's a link in the description box below. You are welcome to schedule a reading with me. So, all right, collective. In the past, you were in the energy of sacral chakra. So the sacral chakra is maybe a little behind your belly button, maybe a little lower than that. It's the energy center that is related to your sexual drive, your creativity, like literally creation. So a lot of what you want to create, your emotions. Let's see why is the sacral coming up for the collective's past energy. All right, there you got some very clear truth, some clarity in the past, clarity about what you were manifesting. Ooh. It looks like you were put in a third-party situation, some grief and emotional pain, sorrow. Feels like you asked for some clarity in your relationship. Like, what is going on? This is very confusing. This is, I can't. You asked for truth. You manifested the truth. And what you found out was your person was in a third-party situation. The truth was that there was just so much disharmony and imbalance in this relationship. You didn't share the same values. You kept staying and staying in a very painful connection with someone who was afraid to commit. This definitely, finding out this truth was very earth-shattering. It brought some much needed clarity, because something had been wrong in this connection for a long time. There's no emotional fulfillment. This person you were connected with talked a good game, knew how to emotionally manipulate you. I'm getting that there was like a neediness, maybe from not getting your needs met. I feel like it goes back to even childhood, neglect, feeling unwanted. It created a neediness in you. And it feels like it created, I mean, honestly, it's like a weakness that you had, because you had strong desires and these unmet needs, which makes you very vulnerable to people who know how to take advantage of people who are really needy. They know just the right things to say. When you're really needy, when you're really hungry for something, love, affection, romance, attention, then when you get those needs met, it feels so good that you let red flags slide. You get caught up in how good it finally feels to get your needs met without really questioning. Maybe people, when you were younger, growing up, your value is in what you could do for others. So people needing you, you're like, oh, I'm getting the call. And so that someone paying attention to you, someone showering you with just the right things to say and do, kind of hooked you in. But it looks like this person that you're connected with really likes to prey on those who are very needy, depleted. So in present time, you are in the energy of open up, Four of Pentacles. There's something you've been clinging on to, maybe this past relationship. Maybe you're ready to open up to something new. Maybe you're done clinging to your own neediness, your own unmet needs, clinging to people who have in and out-itis. They come and go. They don't know how to commit. They come in and sell you something that feels really good, and then their energy pulls back. And so that makes you chase, like, hey, that felt so good. And so then you start chasing. There's something going on right now that's creating insecurity, disconnection. Maybe you're seeing something now in present time. Maybe when you do open up, you're noticing, maybe some disappointment around opening up and who's showing up for that opening up. I get that you're moving on. Some of you might be literally moving. There's something about the energy right now where you are focused on moving forward from a disappointing situation. Something that created a lot of insecurity and despair in your energy. Looks like there's someone, a new truth coming in, a new way of seeing things, a truth. It feels like an amazing truth that helps you move on. Maybe a truth about yourself, a truth about how you are in relationship. It looks like this truth that's coming in is like, oh my gosh, I see it now. I see what's going on. It looks like this truth that's coming in helps you move on. It's like the Wheel of Fortune. This is good news. It might not be, it might be truth about something about you, how you're perceiving things. And it looks like as you accept this truth, realize this truth, incorporate this truth, you let go of old ways of being, maybe some of that neediness. Feels like that neediness feels very stem to maybe aloneness or separated, not belonging, feeling isolated, alone, unloved, separated. Those type of energies creating a need for connection, a need for love. There's nothing wrong with wanting those things, but when you become needy, that needy type of energy attracts people who know how to manipulate people who are in that really needy space. They might not even realize that that's what they're doing. It might just be as unconscious as you were unconscious that the neediness was making you like an open season, a target for being manipulated. I like this Wheel of Fortune though. I like learning this and moving on. It looks like what's happening in your present energy helps you become emotionally balanced. Really taking a hold and taking responsibility for your emotions, finding balance. The King of Cups is someone so in control of their emotions, no matter what's going on around them, they can stay balanced in their emotions. They're empathetic to others who are going through emotions that might be difficult. They're able to create a friendly, open space for emotions. They're able to fill their own cup. It looks like what you're going through, whatever truth is coming out, is allowing your Wheel of Fortune to rise. Someone who's needy goes out and searching for what's lost. There's a desperation to that energy. When you're a king or queen, you feel confident, you are confident in your space, and what you need comes to you. Your higher self, collective, is in the energy of simply love. Six of Cups. Love those parts of you that maybe that inner child, loving and caring for that inner child who didn't get the love and attention. This definitely feels like mother and father wounds. To hold space for that child who was neglected and ignored, that was loved very conditionally, maybe punished and controlled and manipulated to try to make them into something, not saying, I love you for you. Holding space for that sad child who didn't get their needs met, who now as an adult are taking responsibility for those feelings, saying, yes, oftentimes I don't feel that I get my needs met. I get manipulated a lot. I give and give and give, and it's not reciprocated. Maybe you gave and gave and gave to your parents in hopes for a bid for their affection or attention. So maybe that chasing energy, that very neediness brings in someone who's manipulative. And when they start pulling your energy away, it creates something in you that's like, I need, oh my gosh. And so you chase after, you have like anxious or insecure attachment styles. There's something that you're working very hard on, something that you're mastering. Feels like you're working on yourself. You're working on becoming stable, creating your own independent wealthiness. Some of you might be having difficulty sleeping. It feels like at night, some of you might be trying to figure things out. When all the distractions and energy from the day gets really calm and quiet, your thoughts race at night, trying to figure out looks like a lot of you are looking for collaboration to build something. Maybe that's, so what I'm getting is, as you're clearing some personal traumas, some personal issues, maybe about childhood traumas, it's very interesting. It's like as you're healing kind of relationship issues, childhood trauma, then it's what it's clearing away is this success in your work space. I think as you're, what it looks like energetically as you're working over here on yourself, on your relationship, childhood trauma, working on those type of levels, you've left open this energy so blessings can come in financially. People want to work with you. People are wanting to collaborate. They're wanting to build something. Whatever you are skilled at, whatever you've been working really hard at, others are wanting to work with you. Your challenge right now, collective, is crown chakra. So crown chakra is right here above your head. Oftentimes I see the crown chakra as a tuner. So wherever you're focused, whatever you're thinking about, that it informs the rest, your whole chakra column, what you're tuning into, what energies, what vibration, what frequency. Your challenge is your focus right now. Are you focusing on things you don't want to happen? It kind of reminds me, this energy reminds me of, for those of you bike riding or imagining a bike ride, you're on a bike and you're on a path and you're going fine. And then you see this huge rock in the middle of the path. And you just keep looking at the rock, looking at the rock. You're like, oh, don't hit the rock, don't hit the rock. And then you hit the rock because that's what you're focusing on. Sure, you're saying don't hit the rock, but the universe doesn't listen to the negative. Whatever you are focused on, whatever you're focused on is where your energy goes. Some of you are focused on some type of collapse, maybe the collapse of this relationship in the past, focused on what you don't receive, what you haven't received, your needs not being met, the disappointments. There might be a need to look at victim mentality. That yes, this happened to me. It was very painful. I'm going to work through this. I'm going to heal from this and take what I learned and move on. Getting that some of you might be creating beliefs about who, like broad brushstrokes. Women are bad, men are bad, relationships suck. I always get hurt. So you're creating that rock in the road that you're going to then run into. So maybe the message here, when I'm getting, is watch what you're focusing on. Notice where your thoughts are. Sometimes if I can't catch my thoughts, I notice when my mouth opens up and I talk to others, what am I talking about? Am I complaining about stuff constantly? Am I talking over and over about this sad story of how I was done wrong? But sharing your story and your truth is a part of healing. But at some point, you want to, can you see it from a different perspective? Or are you stuck in that point of view? Does that point of view help you heal? Or does that point of view dig you in and make you righteous? When we stay in a victim mentality, it makes us even more ripe for being manipulated, for someone to come in and control us, knowing that you are in such a depleted space. You're very needy. Someone who's dying of thirst, or they're so thirsty. It doesn't take much to make them happy. Give them a little bit, a glass of water. And they're like, oh my gosh, I really needed that. I'm also seeing how when you're stuck in that needy spot, and someone comes in and alleviates some of that neediness, you might attach on to them, seeing them as your source of fulfillment. They might temporarily be coming in to be a messenger, helping, but it kind of pulls you away from your connection with yourself and your higher self. creates like an attachment. This person fulfills my needs. I'm going to hold on to this person in hopes that they continue, because I don't want, yes, I've got that glass of water and I'm less needy now. But I remember a few minutes ago where I was, and there's this terrifying not wanting the flow of what you've been wanting for so long to stop. That neediness, it's hard to walk away from, because at some point someone was giving you something that you were depleted from. And it's hard when you're feeling depleted already to walk away. Because you are in such a needy, depleted state. It looks like what's happening here is you're learning how to fill your own cup, how to catch like that energy of neediness, of when you're grasping on someone, grasping on a situation, needing it to be something, maybe imagining that it's something more than what it is. It's time to move on. Your challenge is moving on, leaving this old way of being behind. Standing in your own power, waiting for something new, and knowing that you're strong enough to work through it. So, all right, collective, this is your reading. I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye.